Welcome to Lake Frederick. This is a public fishing lake that was built by the state several years ago. But surrounding it, it's a huge lake, and surrounding it is about 8 miles of wooded trail that goes all the way around it. And I come here sometimes, but not as much as I do. I have 2 places in town that I come to all the time for photography, but quite frankly this is further away from my home, so I don't come here as often, and it's kind of a special place. But today what I thought that I would do is, I've been noticing in some of the other areas that I photograph that there's quite a bit of fungi out, and so what I want to do is I want to try to go into a section of the woods here that I know is kind of darker and maybe a little damper and might have more of a an opportunity to have a lot of different fungi, mushrooms and things like that there. But I'm a target of opportunity photographer, and so there might be a bit of woodland photography, there might be some bird photography, all kinds of stuff. So, but ostensibly what I'm going to do is going to take a long lens and do some close-up photography of fungi and close-up woodland photography, different types of plants, and anything that I find that's interesting. So I hope that you'll come along with me and enjoy this little trip. And you will have to excuse any kind of camera shake or any such thing as that. I have my stabilization on, but I'm walking, and I don't have any fancy gimbal or anything of the sort. But you see, if you look, this is the woodland area I was talking about that I'm trying to get to. First composition of the day. There's some small little fungus. I don't know if you can see this log. It's on the other side of the camera here forward. Small little golden looking fungus. I'm focused in manually. I'm at f5.6 1/400th of a second. No, f4.5. Sorry, 1/400th of a second. 100 ISO. On a 10-second timer. We're going to go ahead and take that shot. Another composition. You probably can't see this really well, but it should show up in the picture just fine. 1/80th of a second. f5.6 ISO 100, and it looks like my exposure is spot on, and I'm focusing on this lichen. My focus is here, but I'm trying to catch some of this decayed and rotted wood that's laid up in here as well. We will see how that turns out. 10-second timer. We're going to go ahead and take that shot. All right. Focused in on this fungus here growing on this mushroom or fungus or whatever it is growing on that tree. I'm at 1/25th of a second, 5.6 aperture, 120 and ISO 100. 10-second timer, I believe. I'm at a 40th of a second now. Same settings otherwise. I've exposed or overexposed this image by a full stop. That looks better. You have to understand, if you have full sun, which I have full sun, but it's coming through this the canopy of these woods in a dappled kind of way. I have certain areas of the frame. Let's shut this. I have certain areas of the frame that are darker than others, and what happens is if I'm exposing the dark area, or off of the dark area, excuse me, the camera is trying to interpret everything as middle gray, the meter in the camera. So the meter in the camera will give me a setting focused off of that dark area. It'll pick up some of the light because I've got it in evaluative metering. And what happens is, even though I'm focusing on that dark area, the evaluative metering is taking a center weighted exposure, but it's also coming out from that center point and evaluating the rest of the light that's around it, and it's telling me that because of the rest of the area that's lighted up, the camera's taking that into consideration, and it's telling me that my exposure is actually darker than it is. So I have to compensate for that. That is something, same thing like with a backlit bird. Okay, there's so much light behind that bird. If it's up in a tree and it's a bright sunny day or a cloudy day when the sky is really, really white, okay, what you'll get if you pay attention to your camera's meter is a silhouette, a black silhouette. Because the camera's not just reading what's on that bird or whatever's backlit, it's reading the backlight too. And it's saying, well, you need to shut down your shutter speed, or speed up your shutter speed, or shut down your aperture because there's too much light, when in reality there's not. And you have to understand when you have to expose, when you have to take over from the camera and control exposure with your brain instead of what the meter's telling you. A lot of times the meter's wrong. Alright, I have another composition. We have this log here. That's more of the lichen in there. There's a lot of, hold on a minute. There's a lot of rotted holes and stuff like that in there. I'm at f5.6 100 ISO, and I have the exposure simulation on my live view, and I basically just adjusted the exposure to what I like on the back of the camera. I have no idea whether I'm overexposed or underexposed. The meter here doesn't say jack all. It doesn't move no matter what I do. But I'm at 10-second timer, and I'm focused in. Let's focus. I'm in one shot. I'm going to go ahead and, yeah, that looks good. I'm going to hit the 10-second timer. Alright, I've changed locations. Because I know that there are some fungus around here, but I also know that, like here we've got dead trees, dead brush, dead flowers. Now I've got, this thing is moving in the wind, so I've got to kind of time it where it doesn't, but I'm at F11, I'm sorry, I'm at F5.6, sorry. ISO 100 and about a 20th of a second, and I'm on the 10-second timer. I'm focused in on this flower here. We're going to take that shot. We're going to take it again. And I'm going to hope that it sits still. We're going to take it one more time. And what I'm doing is I'm playing with the possibility of the thing being still. So I'm going to take a couple more shots. See what I get. It'll either come out or it won't. I have this tree coming up. You see it's got the white mushrooms growing off of it. You see the tree. I'm focused in on this particular piece of fungus. I think that looks quite nice. I really like the, I didn't have it turned on before, but I really like the exposure simulation for the back of the camera. I don't use this much. I prefer the viewfinder, but when I have to get down low, kind of like what I'm doing here, it comes in really handy. Now I have this fungus here. It's another one of those white mushroom or fungus thingies I got off that tree just a bit ago. But I like it because it's got the green lichen trying to start to grow on it. I'm at a 25th of a second at F11, 10-second timer, and I'm focused in right along the underside of that. Well, it's been a good day. Had a great time. Hate to actually leave. Got things I got to do, and I only had a few hours that I could come out and do anything. So I appreciate you coming along. Thanks for watching. Bless you. And I'll talk to you later.